So we're doing a quick little walk around of the rear bumper on this Heritage Edition that is currently available on Bring a Trailer. We have it's a Dissent off-road. As I mentioned in the video on the front bumper, it's a 60% gloss finish as opposed to a typical satin or matte finish. So it is a little bit more shiny. That was done specifically because this particular bumper was sold on a brand new vehicle. We want to make sure that we kind of had more of an OEM vibe. And obviously OEM uses typically more glossy components than they do flat and satin. So we have a dual carrier. We have your tire carrier, of course. I'm going to go ahead and shut it, and I'll show you how this bumper, if you're not familiar with Dissent off-road bumpers, they kind of have a unique design because there is no handle or latch system in terms of like a two-handed operation. It's just a one-handed operation. So when you shut it, you'll notice that there's a striker plate located on both sides for each carrier. And then this mechanism right here is spring loaded, and it's going to basically just fall into the striker plate and latch, and you hear a nice click. That is not going to go anywhere. I'm kind of wiggling on it right now, and there's just absolutely no movement whatsoever. So to open it, all you do is you just push with one hand and then pull outward. You can absolutely do it with one hand. If you get down a little bit lower, you can just kind of push in and pull out, and it'll kind of self-guide it with the actual with the strut that's located right there. On the passenger side, this particular bumper has an accessory panel. I'm going to go ahead and shut this real quick, and then I'll talk a little bit more about it. So there is room for accessories here. Additional fuel if you needed it. This particular vehicle has an auxiliary fuel tank, so probably won't need that, but maybe a set of traction boards of some fashion could be mounted right here. Has this additional cover right here with the Heritage TEQ logo from back in the day of the 40 series and around that era. That has a light. This actually is not currently on, but it has a light right here. It's a National Luna. Has a nice little cover on it, and then 3 functions for brightness: low, medium, and high. We're going to go ahead and open this up, and again, one-handed operation is easy. Just push in, pull out. It'll open itself up. Now that the carrier is open, one thing that I will mention is that if you're not on an incline, or if you're on an incline, or it's a windy day, it would really just take an incredible amount of force for it to shut itself. So there's really no need to have a latching strut. It's just not necessary. If somebody's thinking, why doesn't it have that? It's just not necessary. So inside this accessory panel, I'll point out one thing, that it does lock. So if you push on that lever right there, you'll notice that there is a keyhole, and we will include several sets of keys for this. Inside here, you have room for, it currently has an ARB jack in it, has a shovel as well. There's still plenty of room if you wanted to put, some recovery gear, or possibly like, a propane tank, first aid kit, whatever. It's not waterproof per se. As you can see, it does have holes in it, but anything that doesn't need to be waterproof, this is a great storage area, especially if it's dirty, because then it doesn't need to go inside the car to make it dirty. So this accessory panel is really cool. You'll notice one more thing too here, is it does actually have an access panel. So one thing that I did on my 200 is I put a propane nozzle here, so I wouldn't have to necessarily open it up to pull out the propane hoses for my grill or my heater or whatever. You can do that for water. You could use it for anything you wanted to do. So whatever your creativity, draws you to. Just like in the front bumper, you're retaining full access of the parking sonar sensors for backup assist. You also have soft shackle recovery points here and here, stop tail turn lights as well, so it's fully compliant. Relocation of the backup camera as well from inside the hood to back in here, so that the tire carrier isn't actually covering it up. And all in all, too, we did Dissent relocated the wiring, the 4-pin, 7-pin wiring for the hitch right there. And underneath here, we also have access for shore power. And this has a dual battery setup, so with a Red Arc Manager 30, so access to our shore power is located right here. And that is pretty much a quick little walk around of the Dissent off-road 200 series rear bumper for this LC200, excuse me, that is currently for sale on Bring a Trailer as of the timing of this video.